morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Hema Ramkissoon and welcome to the CNC3 Early Morning Show. Thanks so much for inviting us into your homes this beautiful Friday morning, and we are hoping that the sun does come out and it remains a sunny day. For those who are affected by yesterday's rain, I know that it must be extremely draining and difficult period for you. Cleanup efforts are continuing in the Diego Martin area, but life must go on. So much is happening in the country, so much to be grateful for, and no matter what, you still have been spared life, and I'm pretty sure that you will have the courage to move and see another day. Don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at Hema_Ramkissoon. I look forward to tweeting with you. It is Friday, and you know, Friday we lighten things up a little bit. We deal with the world of sport. So this morning, Dwayne Hines and also some members of the Red Force will be joining us this morning. And speaking of red, Independence Day celebrations is continuing, and our first guest, well, she's looking quite swanky in her red outfit. You'll see in a few seconds. Margaret Sampson Brown, the head of the Victim Support Unit. From victims to victors. Well, they're hosting a conference very soon, so we're going to find out a little bit about that. We'll also be speaking with the head of the IRO and members of the Trinidad and Tobago cycling team. They're hosting a unity race. What is it all about? But before we begin our first interview, let's tell you why you should buy the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian today. Another flood panic, port handling charges up 12%. No gangsters arrested since state of emergency. A picture there on the front page of the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian. Now, the major story on the inside, which is, I think, has everyone speaking about this morning, the point of discussion at the morning table. Warner Leasing's plan was a trap. Minister cites PNM big fish in drug trade. Mayor on set up charges over the meeting with the gangster. If Warner says run, I will stand. Saying whatever he says, go the opposite direction. And again, we have some news on Patrick Manning, the former Prime Minister and former political leader of the People's National Movement. Last night, he collapsed at his home in Vista Bella. He had a seizure, according to this article, 6:30 p.m. He is still at the hospital. We'll try to get an update on what is his situation. Batiste third in Diamond League. Well, congratulations to our very own Kellyanne Batiste. She copped a bronze medal. The applause goes to her today. Playing talk goes to Johan Blake. Well, according to him, I would love to run with Usain, but they'd have to put up big money. I guess when you have talent like that, money is all that you see, and money is all that you work for. Let's give you something to think about. One morning cup of coffee this Friday morning. Even if you stumble, you're still moving forward. And that's something I think we all must remember. Even if you stumble, you are still moving forward. No matter what life throws at you, remember that you will always emerge the victor. And we come back from this break, we're going to be talking Victims to Victors, a conference being held by the Victim Support Unit of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Margaret Sampson Brown, she was awarded one of the nation's highest awards last year for her contribution to shaping our society. When we come back, we'll be speaking with her. Stay with us.
Located at number 8 Forest Avenue, Coqueville, San Fernando, Comfort Cooling is the ideal choice for all your residential and commercial air conditioning needs.
York International is proud to announce that Comfort Cooling is our authorized dealer for all mini splits manufactured by York. We are confident that Comfort Cooling has the qualified engineers and technicians to do the design and installation of our units.
So, give us a call at 652-6378.
Yo, we are the band exclusive from Holland, and 15 September we come to Trinidad and Tobago. See you there.
Namaste everyone. I am your Radhika, and I am coming to Trinidad on 15th September to perform at Center of Excellence.
Hi friends, this is Avinash Sachdev, your Dev from Chodigo, and I'm coming to your city, Trinidad, on the 15th of September to perform in the Center of Excellence. So be there.
Cricket lovely cricket.
Our cricketers, our heroes, a nation forged from the love of cricket.
Come celebrate Trinidad and Tobago's half-century with 2020 for 50 Cricket Festival, featuring the TNT and Jamaica national teams, and our very own Brian Lara and Darren Ganga all-star teams with regional and international cricket stars. Queen's Park Oval, August 24th to 26th. 2 games daily, 2:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Get your 2020 for 50 tickets today at selected sports and games outlets and Queen's Park Ticket Outlet.
If your guests are pests, then call General Pest Control. We offer effective treatment using the latest technology against termites, rats, roaches, mosquitoes, ants, mice, pigeons, and lots more. Total eradication, guaranteed jobs, no callbacks. Get a 10% discount as an introductory offer with free estimates and inspections. Centrally located in Caroni, or call 645-4871. General Pest Control. Satisfaction guaranteed.
You got to move, 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 move. We like to move, 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 move. All bodies young and old. 7 Seas put you back in the groove. Make your move right. John Deere from 7 Seas. Moving nice and easy from your hip to your knee. Move your body with John Deere whenever you please. You got to move, 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 move. We like to move, 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 move.
Put the move back into your groove with 7 Seas Joint Care, the only supplement with Glucomega for healthy, supple joints.
Move!
Trinizuela College offering 10 weeks practical training in multi-skilled programs such as air conditioning and refrigeration, welding, fabrication and pipework, electrical installation, secretarial training, motor vehicle engineering, food preparation and culinary arts, PC repairs and maintenance, basic electronics, web page and graphic designs and more. Receive internationally recognized world-class qualifications. Trinizuela College, celebrating 48 years of successful operations.
On August 31st, 2012, Trinidad and Tobago will celebrate 50 years of independence. Guardian Media honors this achievement through a number of special series drawn from the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian's exclusive archive of the independence era. Explore 50 years of headline news, the major events and personalities, daily in the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian newspaper, on CNC3 television, across our 6 radio stations and internet portals. The evolution of Guardian Media reflects our nation's growth into a vibrant, democratic and modern nation. Driven by editorial independence, expanding content and new technology. Today, Guardian Media is a state-of-the-art multimedia powerhouse that reaches 850,000 people every day. Guardian Media stands together with our nation, proudly celebrating 50 years of independence.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by Target Corned Beef, Bob Insecticide and Clean and White Bleach. Clear all clogged drains and gutters and obtain materials such as plywood to properly secure your home.
Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at Hema_Ramke. Soon I look forward to tweeting with you. It's a beautiful Friday morning and we're going to start our first conversation this morning with none other than Margaret Sampson Brown, looking all swanky in her red this morning.
Good morning.
Starting independence celebrations, really.
I love my country.
Now, Victim Support Unit, you're having a conference from victims to victors. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay, and thanks. First, I want to say thank you, Huma, for welcoming us back here into. I feel at home here.
Of course.
Yes, and I want to say good morning to all the listeners out there. On behalf of my Commissioner of Police, Mr. Stephen Williams, and his executive, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all those who are following us on Twitter. We are talking about the Victim to Victors Conference, building an independent self, because we are tying it into our 50th anniversary celebration. And it's our contribution, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, our contribution towards a crime-fighting initiative to assist not only our victims and our witnesses of crime, but our entire community. We came up with this idea based on the interactions that we have been having with our clients as victim and witness support officers. When we came in 2008 to 2012, we have seen a gradual increase in clients coming to us. In 2008, we had 116 persons coming. In 2011, we had 611 clients coming to, for services. For 2012, HEMA, it hasn't finished yet, the year has not come to a close. We have already seen 900 clients.
Now, the majority of the cases are concerning what type of violence? Are we looking at a murder, domestic situations? What are we looking at?
All of the above. Murder, domestic situations, robberies. Anytime you're traumatized by any crime, white-collar crime, traffic, any situations, you feel traumatized as a victim, the victim and witness support officers will work with you. So in the past, we've dealt with only sexual abuses and domestic violence, but we have extended our services to all victims of crime. So if you're traumatized by a robbery, if you're traumatized by a car burglary, any one of that, we will work with you.
Now, you know, a lot of times in our culture, many people do not recognize that they are a victim.
Thank you.
Whether we come to the extreme of the male macho syndrome or the females being the empowered, independent woman, no matter what, you get up and you say, you know what, I'm going to deal with it. I'm okay.
Yeah.
How would you break that cultural bridge or build that cultural bridge to that?
The conference from victim to victors. Again, I love your introduction, what you said, that people must understand that they are victims when there's a situation that they have no control over, when there's a situation that they feel that they can't deal with or cope with. The conference will deal with that for the 3 days from the 27th of August to the 30th of August at the Hyatt Regency, and the Hyatt is partnering with us. We will have an explosive conference. We are going to have Father Harvey coming to talk about intergenerational community situations. We're having Wayne Chance and Wendell Dillion talking about what is males, men and masculinities. What attracts the young man? We're having Dr. Jennifer Rouse who's going to talk about the victims, elderly as victims. We are having the British High Commissioner sending an expert to give us an international perspective. We are having a professor coming from Curacao to address the issue of a regional perspective of victim and victors. We have our own Trinidad and Tobago Association of Psychologists who's going to deal with the psychology of crime. We're going to have our own magistrates here dealing with the court system. We have our senior probation officer, Claire Blandin, with the probation perspective. We have all these different, our Assistant Commissioner Hackett, Glenn Hackett, cybercrime, bullying. We're having a special area for our children because we believe that people believe that children process crime differently, and they become secondary victims, but they are victims. We have children, we have 100 children, we have selected children who have witnessed their parents being murdered, children who are dealing with domestic violence situations. We have a special area for 3 days. We are bringing those children at the Hyatt to deal with them through drama, art, pottery, karaoke. We're going to have them talk about through puppetry. We're going to have the rapport deal with all different aspects of sexuality, pornography, and all that.
Now, some will say it's a great initiative, but the people that need it most are sometimes those in the at-risk communities or the vulnerable communities. And then hosting an event at the Hyatt may not necessarily reach the audience that you want to reach, as opposed to going out into the communities and having these events.
Excellent. That's hence the reason why we sought to have sponsors, so that they will be able to bring, the sponsors will be assisting us. NGC has assisted us tremendously. They are our platinum sponsors, the NGC. So because of that, we are able to identify persons and bring them. The children that we are bringing from the communities are children selected from all over Trinidad and Tobago, and children at no cost. The NGC has actually, and Citizen Security Program, our sponsors, they are assisting us in bringing those children. And what we are bringing, HEMA, is caregivers, service providers, community members, all the persons who believe or they suspect that they are contributing significantly to dealing with victims and witnesses of crime. They are invited to the conference. Now, in the past, we have been hearing yesterday that people saying, is it open to the public? It is open to the public. It's not only particularly a type of person we are attracting. anybody in Trinidad and Tobago could come to that conference.
What is the follow-up action of a conference like this? So many times you're going to have all of these presentations, all of these interventions, but the importance of an intervention is a follow-up and continuous monitoring.
Yes.
How is that going to happen?
Excellent. In fact, we have already begun. We have a research team, 2 expert officers, a research team who have been working with us, and they will be researching the entire conference and coming up with an evaluation process and to assist us at the end result of the conference. How do we move forward?
Now, you're talking about the fact that there were 900 cases and we're not even at the end of the year yet. This is what, almost 9 times the amount from the previous years?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yes. What do you think attributes one? Is it that more crime is being committed or people are more confident to come to units such as yours?
It could be both. It could be both, because we have been the victim and witness support officers together with our police officers, because we operate within a police environment at police stations. So we have been going out proactively, speaking with communities, lecturing, or when our officers are investigating crimes, when they're investigating reports, we work alongside them, and we suspect, or we believe, or in fact, I know for a fact, based on the clients that we have been interacting with, that they feel comfortable to come to the police station to make a report, because we have expert officers in all divisions willing and ready and trained to work with them.
Now, how does it work? A crime is committed. The officers go out, they assess the scene, or someone comes in, and then they refer the case to your unit?
Yes.
Okay.
We work on a 24-hour basis. That's one way that the victims can come to us. Also, we scan the newspaper. Right now, my officers would be scanning the newspaper. If there are articles there that requires that there are victims there, they may not even report it to the police station. We respond to that.
Dealing specifically with crimes against children, and that and crimes being committed against females and the mothers, the daughters. It's a different type of crime, and getting involved in a family unit that's sometimes very close and fails to even address the situation. How do you break that?
Well, again, our own, in the past, what we have been seeing, Hema, is that our mere interaction, or come first to begin with, people need to start to speak a little more. There are children and there are women who are suffering, under the hands of people who love them, who's supposed to love them. Quite recently, we saw our 3 women last week who were murdered. And our children are suffering under their hands, and people need to speak up. People need to feel confident that when they speak, that someone will respond to them. Hence the reason for the conference, hence the reason for our interaction as victim and witness support officers.
Now, the crimes being committed against women seem to take on a totally different dimension now. Before, even in the past, there was this sort of code within the underworld where you don't touch mothers and women and children and all of these things. And now, last week, 3 women were gunned down, one being accused of being an informer. We're looking at one of the cases where a grandmother was bludgeoned to death. Why do you think there's this level of this escalation in crimes against women?
Well, Hema, if I can tell you I have the answer here, I don't. But what we are attempting to do is to find a solution. We may not have all the answers, but we'll try to answer all the questions in respect of situations affecting women. Crime is on the increase with murders. We have additional murders. But to me, I believe that the whole society needs to be reconfigured in respect to crime, and that's what the police is doing. We are actually coming out with an approach where the community will feel comfortable. Once more, they will feel comfortable to report because there is an expert network of persons willing to work with them through your Trinidad and Tobago Police Service via our conference.
Now, when the perpetrator may involve or be attached to the police service, and I mean that's a reality that we face. Maybe the uncle or the father or someone attached to the service may also be the perpetrator of the crime. What do the families do then?
It's a good question here, because only yesterday, my HR head was speaking to a situation in respect of police officers, both male and female, being victims and also perpetrators. Once a report is made, it will be investigated. Quite recently, someone called me and said that they're in a situation with a police officer and they're scared to come to the police station because, one, his friends are there, they feel it would not be investigated, protection orders. We are saying to the general community, we want to assure you that the victim and witness support officers and other officers will work with you. If you feel you do not want to speak to a police officer, speak to us. We are in Grande, Sangre Grande, Arouca, Carenage, Chaguanas, San Fernando, Pinal, Port of Spain, Tobago. Speak to us. Use us as a media. You're in a crisis situation with a police officer, whether it's male or female, speak to us. We have no boundaries. Once the information comes to us, we are going to address it. My commissioner is going to address it. The deputy commissioners are going to address it. We have our professional standards unit who will investigate those kinds of reports. Persons reporting that officers are violating them, they are perpetrators, and they're scared to go to the police station. Have no fear. Speak with us.
Margaret, just have 2 or 3 minutes to wrap this interview again. From victims to victors. Let's talk the symptoms that a victim will normally have. Different crimes affect people differently, and I guess depending on the magnitude or severity or the reputation of the crime. What are some of the symptoms that victims will normally display?
It depends. Victims of what? If it's a victims of sexual offense, they stay silent. If it's a victim of, once it's a violent crime, you find everyone would gravitate towards that person. If a child is being sexually abused in a house, how do we know that from outside here? Unless we approach it through educating the person. What we are saying, once you suspect or you believe, even your neighbor or your friend, call us. We will come to you wherever you are. Our conference will also address, we want persons to come to the conference. Call us 628-6050, extension 12634, 12614. 628-6050 or 628-4277. As we speak, there's a secretariat at 63 Mokorapa Road, Citizen Security Program, and we're going to work with you, help you come to the conference. It's critical. You will see other people. You will see victims who are going to speak about their experiences, and you will perhaps garner from them. National Gas Company, they are great supporters. They have supported us.
Margaret, closing comments, Trinidad and Tobago.
We want to assure Trinidad and Tobago that your Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is willing to serve you. Okay, fine. We have been falling down sometimes, but our commissioner, our new commissioner, Mr. Williams, he's at the forefront. He's leading from in front and also from behind. And we're going to make sure that Trinidad and Tobago Police Service
Now, making sure that we're not victims. Let's look at the front pages today, gang and gang culture and the gang violence in several of these at-risk communities. A number of persons are victims or caught in that cycle. How are you going to penetrate that situation?
Come to the conference. If you would hear Wendell Dillion and Wayne Chance talk, what attracts people to gang, and when we find that attraction, we will address it. Our ACP, Mr. Hackett, he's going to deal with that also.
Now, we do have to take a very, very short break. When we come back, we're going to be speaking to officials from the University of the West Indies, UWI Life. What does it mean, and why should you attend? You know, that's a former UWI grad. I may have a little bias in this interview. Stay with us.
Lifetime Solutions can make it all real. With windows, doors, and roofing styles, you can choose your design. Just tell us your budget and we'll find the right fit. We are innovation ahead of the game. So affordable, Lifetime Solutions. You can trust your roof to us. Lifetime Solutions.
Lifetime Solutions. You can trust your roof to us.
Come to Unique Books and Sports Center. We've got all your new school books for both primary and secondary schools at the lowest prices. Save money with our instant cashback when you bring your used secondary school books. We have a wide selection of book bags, stationery supplies, uniforms, and many in-store specials. Get 33 and 30% off all school shoes. Shop now and receive our exclusive 50-year commemorative pin absolutely free. Be sure to visit Unique Books and Sports Center now, with convenient branches located at Port of Spain, San Fernando, Chaguanas, and Pinal.
We are touched by your smiles and your friendships, by your appreciation of the past and your ability to see the future. We're motivated by your drive and your willingness to try new things. We are fascinated that even though you are so very different, you still see yourself as so very much the same. We are energized by how hard you work and your ability to have a good time, by your pride and your passion. We are moved by your every new beginning and wonderful end. Every day we're inspired by your likes and your lives, and we'll continue to challenge ourselves to remain a big part of them both. Bermudez, biscuits we love.
Still trying to decide between going shopping or going to the beach? Why not both? Shop online and ship with Aeropost. Shop online from anywhere you want and get to enjoy a sunny day at the beach and amazing mid-year sales from the best USA stores. Sign up today and start shipping your purchases to your Miami Aeropost address and receive your goodies easily, safely, and hassle-free. Visit one of our counters or online at www.aeropost.com/POS. Aeropost. Online shopping made easy.
Register now for AmCham TNT's 16th Annual HSSE Conference and Exhibition, September 26th and 27th. Be part of this informative experience as we explore the theme HSSE Excellence, Pathway to Sustainable Development, with featured speaker Robert F. Kennedy Jr., visionary environmental business leader and advocate. For details, call 622-4466 or 628-2508, extension 225, or visit www.amchamtt.com. That's www.amchamtt.com.
Meet Jane. Jane is burning fat as we speak. Just adding Dairy skimmed milk to her daily routine gives her the calcium she needs to burn calories more efficiently all day long. Plus, with a low-calorie diet and exercise, it helps her burn more tummy fat. So Jane not only looks better on the outside, but she feels pretty good too. Get the better benefits of milk with Dairy skimmed milk. Dairy, the milky milk.
Visit the Redemption Worship Center, a place where miracles do happen and people are blessed at St. Thomas Village, Chaguanas, with Pastors Keith and Radhika Ramdas. Sunday, 8 a.m., Christian education. 9 a.m., worship service. Wednesday, 10 a.m., prayer. Thursday, 7 p.m., Bible study. And Friday, 6:30 p.m., Youth Church Explosion. Special congratulations to Trinidad and Tobago on the 50th anniversary of independence. For more information, call 672-4262.
Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Hema Ramsey. Thanks so much for staying with us. UE Life Orientation, Student Life. Well, joining us on set this morning, Dr. Rhoda Ruddock, Deputy Principal of the University of the West Indies St. Augustine Campus, and also Dr. Deirdre Charles, Director of Student Services. More students, need for education, GATE, everybody's now jumping on the UE bandwagon. But this year, things are changing a little bit. Dr. Ruddock, maybe you can start. UE Life. It's a theme that I think most people have adopted. In fact, I can say, yeah, my UE Life was great. So it now becomes kind of part of my vocabulary. What is UE Life?
Well, UE Life was the name that we give to our orientation program, which takes place at the start of each academic year. And it hopes to introduce the student to the campus, take away some of their fears, make them feel at home. But this year, UE Life is the start of a longer process that will take place over the entire first year. And Dr. Charles will be able to tell us more about that.
Dr. Charles, UE Life and changes of UE Life.
Yes, this year we changed the whole concept of orientation and transition to a new program called First Year Experience. So this year we'll be managing and helping students cope throughout the year as opposed to just the first year. So the program involves orientation as well as transition programs. So UE Life will fall under orientation, showing our students the environments, letting them understand the new life that is a university life. And then we'll continue supporting them through transition programs. So part of the orientation program is UE Life. We have a number of programs that fall under that. We have Check-In, which is for our international and regional students. We have Meet and Greet, where we go to meet the students at the airport. Then we have the UE Life programs. And next Wednesday is the first of those programs where we have support spouses, parents, guardians of the students. We speak with them without the students. It's only for those support network of the students, and that is next week Wednesday at UE. And this is followed by Thursday, where we meet the students alone. We speak to all new students. And then on Saturday we have a special one called UE Life Prime, and that is for our evening and our postgraduate students. So that is the start of a number of programs that we're rolling over. We have things for faculty, for the libraries.
You have a really busy week.
Yes, a whole year. We have something called UE Clicks. We have health and wellness. We have UE Guild Fest, where the Guild of Students put on a range of programs of clubs and organizations for the students. We also have study skills workshops. So it's a variety of activities that target different aspects of the students' development, and it's year-long.
Now, this is a huge transition from what it was before. What prompted the need? What was the impetus that you said, okay, that was what was the catalyst for change?
Well, what we find is that many of the students, they come immediately from high school.
Right.
And I think sometimes we underestimate the extent of this transition. For many of the students, it's their first time away from home. They're having new freedoms. They have to do time management. They have to adjust to a new situation where they're in charge of their own learning. So what we felt was that it was not enough just to have that first week and then forget about them, that we needed to monitor their experience over the entire first year and to provide them with some of the skills, both to manage their learning as well as to manage their lives, because that's a very important stage of their life moving into adulthood. They have to make decisions on issues like sexualities, related to their health, etc. So we felt that we really needed to give that support over that entire period.
I just want to add a little to that too, and that concept is also worldwide. Most universities would have a first year experience that would follow that same kind of concept to support the students. So we're really just keeping up with what we're supposed to do to help our students be successful.
The intake at the University of the West Indies is significant. You know, we were joking about, I mean, when I was at UE, the other day I actually drove on campus, and there's so many buildings. I almost got lost on the campus. It's a lot more that you're taking in. And also, so we're looking at this first year experience. What about those who are already in the system?
Okay, well, what we have been trying to do is to improve our student services more generally. When the university was much smaller, it was possible for lecturers and even administrative staff, you know, to act in a supportive role. However, now with a much larger student body, we have realized that we have to be much more structured and organized. So even though we had student services, we've had to expand them. We are also seeking to integrate them and to improve them and to raise the standards to international best practice, but also bearing in mind our needs at a national and regional level.
Yes, and I also want to say part of the first year, the idea that will come with the first year experience is also to expand for second year and third year. It will not be called first year experience, it will be named something else. And the focus will also change in terms of our second and third year students. But that is in the next year or two. We will develop and broaden those programs to include our existing students.
Keeping with international practice, Dr. Radek, we're celebrating 50 years of independence. The university is an integral part of who we are as a people. It is still the premier tertiary level institution in the Caribbean. Maybe I'm a little biased because I am a graduate. But the role of the University of the West Indies in creating well-rounded leaders, those individuals that will not only contribute but shape our society. Do you think that the institution has managed to live up to that mandate?
Well, all I can say, I don't think we have managed to do that in the fullness of what we would really like to do. And as a result, both our last strategic plan, which was recently concluded, and our new strategic plan have identified what we say are the key attributes of the distinctive UWI graduate. And that includes characteristics such as critical thinker, socially aware, IT literate, good interpersonal skills, etc. Creative and critical thinker. So in other words, we realize that we need to do much more. So we have been trying to do this in a number of ways. First of all, our curricula has traditionally been quite narrow, and that's not just the university, it's also our secondary school system. And I do think that when we review education overall, we have to look at all aspects of our education. So what we are working towards is to expand the options that are available to students so that there's more possibility to take electives out of their faculties. As you know, the university has also introduced foundation courses, right, which are some basic courses that all students have to do in key areas of knowledge, for example, Caribbean civilization, English and various aspects.
I remember that English course.
Yes. Yeah, but we've expanded. We have more English and communication skills, medicine, science, and technology for non-science students, etc. So we have broadened the area. We also have language courses that are available free of charge to all current students. And those courses, some can actually be taken as part of their degree program as electives or outside of their degree program. And the languages available are very broad. In addition, we are revamping our co-curricular credit program this year, and Dr. Charles is involved in this with us, where we are expanding the kinds of learning that students can have. And those co-curricular courses, which are courses that are not academic in the traditional sense and will be assessed in a diverse ways, will be dealing with many of the additional kinds of knowledge we think students should have. For example, we have one program in sport where students will work with the Sport and Physical Education Center on a special project and a discipline of their interest. We also have one program, a new one this year, which is we are trying to help students manage alcohol use and also provide them with information on substance use. We are working on a program on safe driving and defensive driving, because we know that large numbers of young people die in car accidents each year, including some of our students. We have been working on upgrading our program in leadership and service. We are working on co-curricular courses on financial literacy and entrepreneurship. So in other words, we are really aiming to develop that well-rounded student. And I must say, give a small plug for our program that we are currently developing as well on service learning and community engagement.
Well, that's really good, actually.
Yes, so we are really working very hard to produce the kind of graduate that we know our country and our region needs. So we really want all our new students and the current students to embrace this expanded understanding of education, not simply certification, to get your degree and run, but really so that at the end, we have truly educated students, graduates, who are also interested in lifelong learning and in total transformation of our country and region.
Total transformation. Just about 2 or 3 minutes, we'll wrap this. In the University of the West Indies, they've transformed the entire orientation process. The first year experience, UE Life. Dr. Charles, your closing comments to the students.
Students, you need to come out and engage. You need to take part in all your first year experience orientation and transition programs. The theme for this year is My UE Life. We want you to learn, we want you to imagine, we want you to focus and engage. And we start off this weekend, next week for parents, Wednesday, Tuesday students, Thursday for students, Saturday postgraduates and evening students. And the next week we're filled with faculty orientation, library orientation, Guildfest, health and wellness, and the list goes on. So students, the information is everywhere. You get them in your packages, and we hope to see you, and we wish you a successful and wonderful UE life.
That's right. You have the final word this morning.
Yes, I just wanted to add that this year we're also introducing programs for commuting students, in that those are the students who travel to the university every day. Some live in the vicinity, but in the past we have not recognized their existence and their special needs. So this year the Student Activity Center, which is a center that provides facilities for commuting students, will be launching its own set of programs as part of the first orientation and first year experience.
It's funny, I still remember my orientation and signing up to all of the clubs and the extracurricular activities. The UE experience is one that I would trade for nothing in the world.
Thank you very much.
It's true. Extroverts are UE grad. I think I'm, a little impartial here. I'm a little biased. But I'm Hema Ramsey. We now take a very, very short break. When we come back, we're going to be speaking to the head of the IRO, part of the 50-year celebration. What role does religion play in our society? Stay with us.
Chiropractor, failed. Massage, failed. Physiotherapy, failed. Surgery, failed. Pills, drugs, injections, failed. We succeed where others have failed. Harmonized Diffusion conquers pain. At Pain Relief and Health Management Limited, pay no money if we can't help you. Call 622-8085 or 628-8257 today for your free preview. Thousands to test. Diffusion is the best.
You want a beautiful body, skin and hair. The top brands are always near. Pennywise. Come and discover why everybody loves Pennywise. Medical, nutritional, even dental. Our health range is really special. Everybody and baby too. We've got the best prices here for you. Come and discover why everybody loves Pennywise.
Lady Ho Choi was born Thelma Edna Huggins in St. Madeleine, Trinidad. She was married to Solomon Ho Choi in 1935. Her husband's eventual appointment to the position of Governor General provided her with the social leverage and political clout to bring the suffering of the less fortunate into focus. In 1957, Lady Ho Choi visited the St. James Infirmary, then known as the House of Refuge, and came face to face with the conditions under which its 25 mentally challenged children lived. Moved by compassion, she founded a committee that would later become the Trinidad and Tobago Association for Retarded Children. In 1961, the first residential center, the Lady Ho Choi Home, was opened in Cocorite. Additional centers were built in Arima, Gasparillo and Pinal to cater to the needs of families outside of Port of Spain. In the 1970s, yet another home was established in the heights of Guanapo. Lady Ho Choi is also credited with the restoration of the Catholic Church's buildings in Las Cuevas and La Fillette.
The 50 most influential personalities since independence. We want your view via text on Facebook and online at 50tt.guardian.co.tt.
It's really one bank, you can depend on friendly service every day. It's really one standard of treating you like you deserve to be. Yeah, Republic is only the best to you. We get personal attention, so explain for your inspection.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. Don't know, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes.
Sips
stream, share faster than ever before on Digicel's super-fast 4G network. It's summer in 4G. Get your smartphone with a smart plan on the smartest network in TNT. Sign up for our newest postpaid smart plans now. Plus, for a limited time, get 1 month subscription free and 4G smartphones for $199. Be extraordinary. Digicel.
Quality is now affordable with the Powerhouse range of cleaning products. Powerhouse offers the widest range in cleaning products at the lowest prices for every part of your home or business. Next time you're in your local supermarket or variety store, look out for Powerhouse, distributed by Atlantic Trading Company Limited. Telephone 663-9732. This hurricane tip is brought to you by Target Corned Beef, Bop Insecticide, and Clean and White Bleach. Spray Bop around your home. Its residual effect will fight off mosquitoes and other disease-carrying insects prevalent during heavy rains.
Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at Hema_Ramke. Soon I look forward to tweeting with you. Yesterday we spoke to Dr. Botiwari, the Minister of Planning and Sustainable Development. A National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. All of this is tied into our celebrations, celebrating 50 years of independence, religion. What role has it played in shaping our nation? What should we be thankful for? Divisiveness, unity? Well, they are saying that it's a time to pray for unity and a time to pray because of unity. Joining us on set, Hari Prasad Maharaj. He is the president of the IRO. Mr. Maharaj, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
A pleasant good morning to you and a pleasant good morning to Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, this is part of the Independence Day celebration. Before we go into the details, what role has religion played in shaping our society?
Firstly, I should say that Trinidad and Tobago should be very proud in that we have the freedom of worship. Right, and being in a multicultural, multi-ethnic society, I think we have a lot to be proud about. And this is where, in Trinidad and Tobago in particular, amongst, of course, throughout the world, religion plays a very, very important role in stabilizing societies, in teaching moral and spiritual values, in terms of shaping the quality of lives of all people. So religion has always been playing a very significant role. And this is where there has been the old saying, which I think maybe we have lost it a bit, and we have to regain that once again, and that is religion is might.
Religion, but some will say that we are living in a multicultural, multi-ethnic society. We have an organization such as the IRO, which was born out of the need or the understanding that we are a quite diverse society.
That's right.
But yet many say that religion promotes divisiveness, that we have a very Anglo-Christian dispensation in this country. Is there any truth to that?
I would say no, because the IRO itself is a testimony of that, which has been existing in Trinidad for the past 39 years. The IRO consists of 25 different member organizations of the Hindus, the Muslims, the Christian, the Orisha, the Baha'i. We have people of the Baptist faith, and I mean, we all live together, we live in harmony, we pray together. And one example is going to be this function, for which we are celebrating our 50th anniversary, and is invited the nation to come and probably see the testimony of what we speak about praying together.
August 26, 2012 is our National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. Let us come together as a nation to give thanks for 50 years of blessings and ask for the strength to accomplish even more in the future. We will all unite on that day for the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving as we commemorate 50 years of independence. Some looking at this program this morning will say, you know, let's talk a little bit about the format of the program. You are part of the IRO. It's
right.
representing various faiths. But is it, you know, there's another school of thought that believes that if you go and nitpick on every single, okay, so there may be 2 Hindus in the crowd, so we represent them. There may be 4 Baptists, 5 Christians, 5 members of the Baha'i faith, 5 Buddhists. How do you bring everyone all together? Or some will say, why not just merge it all into a universal prayer?
Okay, it's going to be very simple. In the IRO, there are 5 main groupings: the Hindu, the Muslim, the Christian, the Baha'i, and the Orisha. And take, for example, at the program, we'll be having a reading, a prayer, and a religious song by the Christian. So you will have 3 different groups involved: For example, the Vicar General of the Catholic Church will be doing a reading. The Bishop of the Anglican Church will be doing a prayer, and the Presbyterian Church will be doing the hymn. Similarly, like for the Hindu, the Dharma Chow of the Sanatana Dharma Mahasabha will be doing the prayer. Sister Hemlata of the Brahma Kumaris Raj Yoga Center is doing a prayer, and we have the bhajan by the Swaha group. Similarly, with the Muslims, we have ASIA represented, TIA represented, TML represented. So in this way, we incorporate all the major religions. Then on the program, we have the prayer of intercession. The prayer of intercession is going to include 9 different groups. So all 25 members of the IRO are going to say short prayer for approximately 2.5 to 3 minutes. And so there will be all inclusiveness in the entire program.
An all-inclusive program, the right to practice religion, the right to not be discriminated against, they are rights enshrined in our Constitution. Do you think that the Constitution is being trampled upon? Do you think that there's freedom of religion?
I certainly do think that there is freedom of religion, and as I said, this is an evidence of it. The IRO that has been in existence for so long, I don't think any one of us within the IRO, which is 25 organizations, as well as others, have ever been, of course, in recent time, I should say, within the last 50 years.
Now,
we have heard before that of certain groupings who were prohibited for certain practices. But I would say within the last 50 years since our independence. And we are also very fortunate in that even in our Constitution, we have the freedom of worship. And I will say this is one of the things that we need to honor and be very proud about. And let's come together.
And we are living in a society where many have said that we've lost our way. There's no moral, the ethics, everything has gone down the drain, and that religion has abdicated its duty, or the churches have abdicated their duty to its congregation.
I think one of the things in society is, I always say we are very, very emotional people. And one of the things is when situations happen in our lives, we tend to point finger at the other person. How many of us actually say, let me do something, let me start by doing something? And this is one thing that we are going to do. Let's come together, let's all pray together. We're talking about crime in our society. There are so many ills in our society. Let us come together, and let's start with me.
Let's come together. We're now going straight to the 7 a.m. newscast. Ria Rambali is with us this morning. Good morning, Ria. When we come back, we'll just have a minute or two with this interview, and then we'll delve into the world of sports. Stay with us.
Good morning, I'm Ria Rambali. This is Headline News here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. Former Prime Minister Patrick Manning was rushed to the San Fernando General Hospital just after 7 last night after suffering a seizure. Mr. Manning was exercising when he collapsed and is being attended to by a senior team of doctors. Chairman of the Southwest Regional Health Authority, Dr. Lakram Bodo, confirmed that his condition had stabilized. However, it was too early to give a full statement on what triggered the seizure. Mr. Manning returned home just 3 weeks ago after spending 6 months at the Walter Reed Hospital in Washington after suffering a massive stroke. National Security Minister Jack Warner has accused Port of Spain Mayor Louis Leasing of being involved in an entrapment plot against him. The minister believes there was an attempt to trap him into a meeting with gang members, contrary to the policy of the government.
Upon entering the mayor's office, I was surprised to see in the company of the mayor the president of the PSA, Mr. Watson Duke, a member from his board, his association, and 2 unidentified individuals who I gathered from statements made later wish to leave behind them a life of crime. Why was I called by the mayor into the meeting of last Wednesday? Why was I called into his office? What is important should also be, why didn't he attend yesterday's meeting? Or was he hoping that I would have been stupid enough to have arrived there in the glare of the hidden cameras that were planted there from the media?
However, Port of Spain Mayor Louis Leasing is denying this and says he is considering his legal options in this matter. The Port of Spain Mayor says he believed Minister Warner was his friend and is shocked by the allegations.
I am appalled that Minister Warner could put such a spin on this matter. He is the Minister of National Security, and if it is in the best interest of the security of the country, people who are engaged in crime choose to speak to him and him only, then so be it. They didn't ask to speak to the mayor. And therefore, I am not about the business of setting up people. You either want to meet or you don't want to meet, but don't set up the meeting and then don't go to it, send somebody and then say that I am trying to set you up. Absolute nonsense.
Cleanup operations continue today, 24 hours after heavy rains led to floods and even saw roofs being blown off in Port of Spain and environs. Scores of people were left stranded on Thursday morning at City Gate, while elsewhere in Barataria, Morvan and Laventille, residents' homes were flooded out and homes damaged.
It's a single parent and somebody helping me out. You understand? The roofing got out tall. What I do this morning is I get up on my knees, face the east and talk to my God because I know the roof was going to go.
Minister Vanella Allen-Toppin already visited Laventille and promised assistance, with the Self-Help Commission also promising to venture into affected communities to assist residents. Stay with us for another news update at the top of the hour, and our major newscast is at 7 this evening right here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network.
Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. A day of prayer. The role of religion in shaping our society. We are celebrating 50 years of independence. The freedom of religion, the freedom to practice your religion, is a right enshrined in our Constitution. August 26, 2012 is our National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. This is being brought to you by the Government of Trinidad and Tobago, specifically under the Ministry of Planning and Sustainable Development. A number of transportation pickup points: San Fernando, Arima, Sangre Grande, Chaguanas, and Port of Spain. It's listed out. You can check out the website at www.tnt50.gov.tt. It's taking place at the Atto Golden Stadium from 3 to 6 p.m. and that's happening on the 26th. On set with us now, the president of the IRO, Hari Prasad Maharaj. Mr. Maharaj, we were talking about the role of religion. Let's talk a little bit about the format. I see that you have a number of performances that are scheduled to take place. Who's going to be there?
There are apart from the members of the IRO who are going to perform, I am pleased to let you know that our recent gold medalist at the Olympics is going to be there, so certainly we would like to have the youth present as well. Mavis Chun is going to be presenting, Ella Andel, Nival Chetlal, and the Northwest Laventille folk performers, and they are all going to do items that are related to the program. It's going to be religious-oriented items, and apart from the venues that you have spoken about just now, in terms of the pickup points, I want to let the nation know that once you have 50 people or more, whether it's in your church, your temple, wherever it might be, PTSC is willing to provide bus service to pick you up from that venue, bring you to the Atto Golden Stadium, and return you after the function.
Oh, okay. So the various pickup points: San Fernando Depot, yes, Arima Depot, Sangre Grande, Chaguanas, and Port of Spain. Transportation leaves the stadium promptly at 6:15 p.m. and returns to the point of pickup. Yes. Now, we just have about a minute till we wrap this interview. Mm-hmm. Tell Trinidad and Tobago, why should they come out and support this?
Trinidad and Tobago, I think each one of us, if you have ever experienced pain in your life, you will know the need for us to come together. It is only when something actually comes home to you that you realize the urgency and the need for something. At this present time, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary, as well as we know that the IRO and the ministry who is planning this program together, we had actually called for a week of prayer. And a week of prayer because we know there is a lot of calamities, crime, and other things happening in our society. And definitely the power of prayer, the power of togetherness can definitely make a big difference in improving the quality of our lives and improving the quality of situation in the country as a whole. So a special appeal to each and every one of you. Please come and support an initiative which is for the benefit of each and every one of us. See you all on Sunday afternoon from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
It's happening on August 26, 2012, a National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving. Let us all come together as a nation to give thanks for 50 years that have been not free of its ups and downs, but 50 years of independence and where we have achieved so much. It's taking place at the Ato Boldon Stadium in Coalville from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Transportation is available, and you can check out the website www.tnt50.gov.tt. A number of cultural performances come out and be part of the celebrations. Part of celebrating 50 years of independence. Today also kicks off the T20 for 50. One of the cricket matches is also part of the 50-year celebration. I'm Hema Ramkissoon. We'll now take a very short break. When we come back, Jasti Marique will be joining us on set. Stay with us.
So at Subway for the whole month of August, the treat's on us. That's right. When you buy any footlong Subway sandwich during August, we will give you a treat free. Choose from any of our decadent offerings. Cookies, muffins, brownies, even Soldanza chips. So stop by any of our 42 Subway stores for your next footlong and let us treat you. Happy Independence Day. Subway. Eat fresh.
Seaview Optical's Grand Independence Anniversary Sale. Enjoy 50% off, 25% off all frames, including Coach, Versace, Prada, Calvin Klein, Gucci, DKNY, Oka, Dolce & Gabbana, plus 25% off all prescription lenses. We're also pleased to offer 25% off all sunglasses. Sale ends August 30th. Seaview Optical, affordable eye care for everyone. Trinizuela College, now registering for a wide selection of internationally recognized world-class qualifications in mechanical engineering, electrical and electronic engineering, process technology, secretarial and business studies, information technology, construction industry, electrical installation, CXC repeaters, skills proficiency awards, and more. Free tuition on gate-approved program, registered with the Accreditation Council of TNT. Trinizuela College, celebrating 48 years of successful operations.
We are touched by your smiles and your friendships, by your appreciation of the past and your ability to see the future. We're motivated by your drive and your willingness to try new things. We are fascinated that even though you are so very different, you still see yourself as so very much the same. We are energized by how hard you work and your ability to have a good time, by your pride and your passion. We are moved by your every new beginning and wonderful end. Every day we're inspired by your likes and your lives, and we'll continue to challenge ourselves to remain a big part of them both. Bermudez, biscuits we love.
The giant African snail is present in Diego Martin. If you live in the following areas, you may have this pest in your yard or surroundings: West Moorings, Goodwood Gardens, Victoria Gardens, Zeb Ben Avenue, Alice Glen, Alice Heights, Chumamonka Avenue, Jasper Avenue, Wendy Fitzwilliam Boulevard and surroundings, Blue Range, and along the Diego Martin River. If you see the giant African snail, take action immediately. Call the hotline at 646-6284 or email a photo to snailreport@gmail.com. A message from the Ministry of Food Production, Land and Marine Affairs.
CNC3 News presents the 50 most influential personalities from 1962 to 2012. Tune in to CNC3 and vote via text or vote online. Every day from here on, view our profiles on 50 outstanding contributors in art, culture, politics, business, labor, science, medicine, and community service. The top 5 most influential personalities voted by you will be revealed on August 31st, 2012. Vote for whom you consider to be the most influential personality. You have the power to decide.
Good morning and welcome back to the CNC3 Early Morning Show. And of course, this is our Spotlight segment. A lot of activity over this weekend and in the next couple of weeks, especially as Trinidad and Tobago celebrates its 50th independence anniversary. Of course, sport does have a large part to play in the fabric of our country and our society. And of course, sport will have a big part to play going forward, and particularly in these anniversary celebrations. This morning, I have two gentlemen that are on set with me to speak a bit about cycling, and of course they are also a part of the 50th anniversary celebrations in conjunction with the Ministry of Planning and Sustainable Development, and they are in charge of an event that you may or may not have heard about. And if you have not heard about it, we hope that after this morning's segment you will be well informed and ready to go and support this event. It's the Tour of Trinidad, and of course it's a massive cycling event that is taking place. It started just this week, and of course yesterday one of the big race days with a time trial on San Fernando Hill. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Mr. Commissioner.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
First of all, let's get right into this. This Tour of Trinidad, you know, whose brainchild was it, and why this particular time when Trinidad and Tobago is celebrating 50th anniversary of independence?
Well, first I would like to say it's an idea that myself and the Vice Chairman of the committee, Mr. Coker, had to have the Tour of Trinidad and Tobago. Over the years, we have had the Tour of Trinidad, and there's a race Tour of Tobago. Right. But the idea, because of our 50th year anniversary, we decided to have this Tour of Trinidad and Tobago. We call it a unity race. And not only that's a unity race, it is the biggest cycle event, road event, to ever happen in the Caribbean. It's the first time we will be having 10 stages. And you know, not only 10 stages, we have the amount of foreign competitors. We have competitors from the United Kingdom, United States, Jamaica, Cuba, Germany, Netherlands, Colombia, Denmark, Guyana, Czech Republic, Dominican Republic, Canada, Uruguay, Romania. It's the first time we have had so many different nationalities in a race, and it's one of the best team ever land to participate in road events. Right. We were lucky that yesterday morning when with all the rain, we were blessed. God has blessed us that we had on the San Fernando Hill. We had our first stage, which was won by Malo Rodman of Jamaica, and he also won in 2008 when I had the last Tour of Trinidad. He was the winner, and we had a great time yesterday morning. You know, I'm sorry for all those flood victims. My hearts go to you, but we were blessed that we had the event. And last night at Rienzi Curtin Highway near Napa, we had, you know, it was fire on wheels. You know, when the bike passed, you know, you're hearing, you know, it was tremendous.
Now, we know cycling has a tremendous following and is a brilliant spectator sport. Of course, we had various incarnations of different events here in Trinidad and Tobago, well patronized over the years. But of course, Olympics just concluded. Justine Phillip, our big rider, he's a track cyclist. But of course, what can you do and what have you done to attract, you know, to build on that momentum, bring out the crowds to see a different aspect of cycling, the road cycling aspect?
Well, first I must say, we were fortunate to have a great event on Monday. We had our tribute ride, fun ride. We had over 500 cyclists participating. We had the young, old, and that was a great event. I must say that this event is mainly geared for Emil Abraham. As you know, he's been doing great outside. He's road ranked, and there's no road events for him. Right. So, you know, and I'm hoping that the other riders, the Trinidad riders, can see the level. I mean, last night it was. I mean, I have seen races there, but it was when the bikes passed, you're hearing, like, you know, it was great. It was exciting, and we had a big crowd. We had hundreds and hundreds of people there last night. And I must say something. You know, you asked me what the event came about. This event, I spoke to most of the people in Cycling Federation, sponsors, and everybody was say that can't happen. We cannot have a 10-stage race. But I must say, I thank Mr. Terrari, the Minister of Planning. Right. I did a proposal, and he called me back. He said, Commissioner, I love the idea. Could you do it? But the main idea, why the event for it is because it's the only event for the 50th anniversary that goes throughout the country. We go to Port of Spain, we go to Point, we go to Citrus, we go to Miaro, right? We go to Toco, we go to Tobago.
I was just about to ask you, tell us a bit about some of the stages, and of course, we know when we hear these sort of races, tour races, for instance, the Tour de France or the Vuelta that come to mind, they take us through different terrain in these countries and across Europe and whatnot. Just tell us a bit about where some of these are.
Yeah, well, of course, we had the first event on the San Fernando Hill. We had the Rienzi Curtin Highway, this evening, oh my God, cycling going to return to the Queen's Park Savannah. Queen's Park Savannah, come out in your thousands, cycling back at Queen's Park Savannah. You know, Michael Phillips over the years, have been doing a great job. So come out and see cycling. We have 70 international cyclists riding. And then we have, on Saturday morning, we go to Toko.
Right.
We go in by the gold medal man.
Right.
Okay? And then that's Saturday at 1 o'clock, we leave the financial complex and we go to Toko. And then Sunday, we leave the financial complex. That is our headquarters. Right. Pretty brilliant. It's so nice to have the headquarters there, all the flags and things. We had a nice function on Wednesday evening at the financial complex, and where the minister met all the cyclists. I felt so proud to see that beautiful place. And then Sunday morning, we leave the financial complex again, and we go down to San Fernando. Right. And we come back up the highway, and we finish on the lookout. Lady Young lookout. We're going to finish on Lady Young. So you're going to, just like Tour de France, you're going to see, right? And then on Tuesday we go to Tobago. Right. We have 2 stages in Tobago, and then on Thursday, which is Independence Day, we leave Port of Spain. And we go to Point.
Beautiful. Let me take this opportunity to get Mr. Coker in. This race, of course, it's you mentioned earlier that the last time it was hosted was in 2008.
Yes.
It's come back on stream 2012 in this year of our anniversary of independence. What potential do you see it having, to last, to be an annual event and last really and really to build its own legacy?
Well, within the last week, the minister was so enthusiastic about the efforts that we have been making towards the possibility of this race that the ministry is really thinking about having it every year. Right. And we have been really getting on with the sponsors and the administration and things are already in place for having it as an annual event. And with the cyclists that came here this time, I think they are very anxious to return to this country year after year to compete. Beautiful. So we're having a nice race going on right now. Okay, we have to take a short break right now, and I believe that brings this segment to an end. Gentlemen, if there's one thing, just very briefly, that you would like to add, would you? I would like to call my sponsors, can I? Sure. We have, thanks to the Caribbean Airlines, CNC, Live Well, Ministry of Sports Company, Petrotrain, Blue Waters, Scotiabank, Alumni, Beacon Insurance, Central Limited, Advanced Dynamics, Avadi Hardware, San Fernando City Corporation, Trinwell, National Lotteries, and Petrotrain. Beautiful, beautiful. Those are all the sponsors. And of course, it's the tour of Trinidad and Tobago. Forgive me for my introduction that only mentioned Trinidad, Tobago. You know we love you. And we are coming on Tuesday, I believe. Yes. For 2 stages. 2 stages, Tobago come out and get your part of the cycle in action. Before that, tonight at the Queen's Park Savannah, come out and support this wonderful event. Is it all free of charge? Oh, yes. All free of charge. Come on your door. Line the roads. Line your roads. Yeah, come out. Bring your flags out and just support this. The biggest cycle event ever to take place in the Caribbean. Beautiful. And there you have the words of Mr. Anthony Comisiong and, of course, his committee member, Mr. Coker. They are talking cycling. We take a short break, and when we come back, we talk a bit more about boxing, also a part of our 50th anniversary independence celebrations.
Stream, share faster than ever before on Digicel's super-fast 4G network. It's summer in 4G. Get your smartphone with a smart plan on the smartest network in TNT. Sign up for our newest postpaid smart plans now. Plus, for a limited time, get 1 month subscription free and 4G smartphones for $199. Be extraordinary. Digicel.
I do. Take you as you are. Fully aware that you're not perfect, but perfect enough for me. Aspen's Promotions presents Mia Mall, the Ultra Beauty and Bridal Expo 2012 on 8th and 9th September at Creative Arts Center, San Fernando, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Expect massive giveaways. Tickets $20 available at Cake Decor, Golden Doors Photo Spain, and all branches of Caribbean Jewelers. For more information, call 310-5477. Remember, Jesus is coming.
Register now for AmCham TNT's 16th annual HSSE Conference and Exhibition, September 26 and 27. Be part of this informative experience as we explore the theme HSSE Excellence, Pathway to Sustainable Development, with featured speaker Robert F. Kennedy Jr., visionary environmental business leader and advocate. For details, call 622-4466 or 628-2508, extension 225, or visit www.amchamtt.com. That's www.amchamt.com.
Nigel Stutch Promotions presents Come Meet the Champs of Raw, August 30th at the Cascadia Hotel. Vladimir Kozlov, Bobby Lashley, and Carlito. Meet and greet the champs at the Cascadia Hotel. Join us at the after party at La Casa de Ibiza and come party with the champs. Get your tickets at Brands Galore, Francis Plaza, Ev's Barbershop, Coquier, Sheltec, Tuna Puna, Capital Plaza, Bless One Apparel, Arlene Mall, Charlotte Street, Ibiza Trackbridge Road, or Carl's Barbershop, New City Mall. Sponsored by Cascadia Hotel.
Baker Enterprises of Trin City and Abercrombie Street has a wide selection of newly designed independent supplies and party decorations. You can also find a wide range of locally inspired polos and souvenirs. Give us a visit at 79 Abercrombie Street or Trin City. Baker Enterprises Limited, the one preferred by customers.
Introducing a new concept in shopping in Trinidad. AmazingBuysTT.com. Choose from thousands of products. Check out our specials. Free online gift registry. Shop from the comfort of your home. AmazingBuysTT.com. Call us at 652-4438.
With boundless faith in our destiny and pride in our liberty, together we aspire. Together we have achieved. Happy 50th Independence from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, powering the nation for over 65 years.
Here's what you'll enjoy when you visit the new Roop Narayan showroom, corner Front Street and Wrightson Road, Port of Spain. Quality, unique design and selection in kitchen cabinets, bathrooms, closets, doors, tiles and patio furniture. The Roop Narayan showroom. Call us today, 624-7667.
Okay, and welcome back to the CNC3 Early Morning Show. And of course, this is the Spotlight segment. We're trying to give as many sports as possible the spotlight and really shine the focus their way. This morning, we just started cycling. Of course, our guests just urging drivers to be cautious during this time of the the tour of Trinidad and Tobago. They'll be heading, actually, activities will be continuing this weekend and into the next. So they are please urging drivers on our nation's roadways to cooperate. This time around, though, we're talking boxing, and of course, another independence celebration. The Unified Promoters are giving us a gift to the nation on next week, Sunday. That's the 2nd of September, as Kurt Sinnett goes for a world title belt. And of course, joining me on set, boxing promoter Giovanni Potts and Dwayne Hines, who's a member of the cast on that Sunday night. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome.
Morning to Trinidad and Tobago also.
Giovanni, let's deal with you firstly. This event, just tell us a bit of how it's coming along, and what's the magnitude of it. Does Trinidad and Tobago really understand the opportunity that Kurt Sinnett has on Sunday?
I don't think so just yet, because this is I mean, beyond belief here that we have the opportunity to promote a WBC light heavyweight international title, which is the stepping stone for the WBC world title. So when it is a boxer gets into the ring, after Olympic glory or from whence they start their professional career, this is what they aim for, the WBC world title. It's the cream of the crop. All the great champions have won this title.
Right.
And for us to have the opportunity to bring this title to Trinidad and Tobago is unbelievable. So he is in intense preparation. We've had We've had a lot of support coming on, and we're still looking for that support to come and assist us in bringing this off. Although everything it's all go. Contracts are signed, venue is booked, it's at the Woodbrook Youth Facility on September 2nd. Tickets are on sale at all Extra Foods outlets, Kenny Sports Center, and selected high-low outlets. So our preparations are coming along fabulous. We're just still appealing to corporate Trinidad and Tobago to come on board and give us that assistance.
You mentioned that all systems are go as far as today goes, but are there on the horizon? Are there any major or minor stumbling blocks that you foresee between this week and next?
No. Unified Boxing Promoters we've been through the mill with obstacles and so on, and we've always come out on top, and we always deliver a fabulous show to Trinidad and Tobago, the region, and the world. We're in negotiations with Sportsmax and ESPN to have it air delayed. So bring that visibility and awareness to Trinidad and Tobago on our 50th anniversary celebrations is unbelievable. And also the WBC is also celebrating their 50th anniversary. So it all meshes well.
That coincides very nicely for us.
Definitely.
Just tell us a bit more of Kurt Sinnott and his own preparations. You mentioned that it's a very big title that all boxers aspire to gaining. Does he himself understand this?
Kurt has been waiting for this opportunity for years, and him as a professional boxer and a successful amateur boxer, he knows what it takes to get in. This is one of his dreams and aspirations. You know, he's coming down to the twilight of his career, and he's had a stellar career as it is. And for this to come at this point in time, if you see the preparation and the work that he's been putting into it, running the Chancellor Hill up at 4 in the morning, training at the Arangua Savannah, sparring in the afternoon with various opponents that we have locally here. So his preparation is on point. He's doing all the necessary works because he's technically sound. So his preparation work right now is unbelievable.
Now you're presenting to Trinidad and Tobago not just one boxing match, not just one main event, I would say. You know, several young and aspiring boxers and even mixed martial artists as Dwayne is on the card. Just tell us a bit about that. And the remainder of the show is not just about coming to see Kurt Sinnott.
No. Well, Dwayne Hines, our mixed martial arts champion here, he's on the brink of going international and also creating that visibility and awareness for Trinidad and Tobago. Awesome fighter, dedicated, loves the sport. So, I mean, you have all of that. He loves to train, loves the sport, and his desire and ambition to get to the top is second to none. He'll be coming up against a guy called Scott Hudson out of Canada. He has a 5-2 record, and his preparation is coming along very, very well. We also have the 2016 Olympic hopefuls, which is a crop of young amateurs that we have, male and female, that we're preparing to go to the 2016 Olympics. We also have Kevin Diaz versus Michael Pittman out of Barbados. We have Rhea Ramnarine, who's fighting Curly Lopez out of Mexico. We have the possibility of having Princely Isidore on the card. So we're looking at about 9 to 10 fights, 5 amateur, 5 professional. Total boxing, mixed martial arts, and it's all about creating that image of supporting all combat sports on this event.
Right. Well, Dwayne, let me get you right into the mix of things. Mixed martial arts is a fairly new sport to Trinidad and Tobago, and this opportunity presents one in which you yourself, through your skills and your desire to win, to present it to Trinidad and Tobago as really a viable sporting option. You know, how do you take on that challenge?
It's a great opportunity for me. I love boxing as well. I do boxing. Boxing is a big part of my training, as is mixed martial arts. So when Giovanni came to me and asked me to be on the card, I was very excited and thrilled and overjoyed to actually display my skills in Trinidad once again. I haven't fought in Trinidad since last August when I fought Gideon Ray. And yeah, since then I've been traveling in Brazil, back in Jamaica, in Ireland, working on my training. Just came back from Martinique in May, winning the West Indies Championships. And to be back in home soil fighting again, it's awesome. It feels great.
You mentioned your last fight was in Trinidad and Tobago, just in August, sorry. Just tell us a bit about, what you've been through since then. What's your record like at this point in time?
My record is 9-1. I won 9 and lost 1. I lost my first match. And since then, I've won 9 straight, 8 by stoppage, 7 of those in the first round. So I've just been training as much as I can, traveling everywhere, every time I can, every opportunity I can, to try and expand my skills and get better. And like I said, boxing is just one element that I focus on a lot. But I also, because it's mixed martial arts, I also have to focus on my wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. I mean, so it's a huge range of skills you have to cover, so you never really have time to rest.
Beautiful. Giovanni mentioned that you're just on the brink of international success, in international breakthrough. You know, just tell us a bit about that aspect of it. Does it present a daunting challenge to you, or not?
Well, my goal, once I started this and I got involved, was always to make the UFC. And I've been fighting international. I fought in England and Ireland, Martinique, Barbados, Jamaica, Brazil, but my main goal is to get to the UFC, which is the biggest fighting organization. That's like the Premier League, or the little league of mixed martial arts. So my goal remains the same, and I think maybe one or two more big wins for me, or one or two more good wins, and there's no reason why I shouldn't be there.
Okay, of course. Just tell us a bit about some of the fighters you fought against in terms of their ranking or their recognition internationally. So Trinidad and Tobago could get an idea, a fair idea of exactly what your skill is, because I understand that you rank pretty high as an MMA fighter.
Yeah, well, I think I'm ranked #1 in the Caribbean right now. And as far as the biggest fighters I've fought, my last fight was against, my last big fight was against Gideon Ray. My last fight was actually against a guy from France. Before that, last August, it was against a guy called Gideon Ray he was also a UFC veteran, so he's been to the top. He's fought at the highest level there is. He has a record of 36 wins and 12 losses or something like that.
Beautiful.
So for me, that was a huge achievement, and it really put me on the map globally. A lot of people took recognition once I got that win.
Beautiful. Giovanni, as a promoter, just tell us about what is the importance of really and truly showcasing all of these different types of combat sports, as well as these different athletes, giving them that exposure. Trinidad and Tobago, for the most part, in my opinion, doesn't know much about MMA, apart from looking at it on television. But I don't think they know that it exists here, fighters trying to achieve what Dwayne is trying to.
Well, hence the reason Unified Promoters came on board, because we saw the need to make aware that the sport is alive and kicking in Trinidad and Tobago. And
alive and kicking, that was funny.
Yeah. and that's what we do. Unified Promoters has, over the years, been trendsetters in promoting large events and creating, again, visibility and awareness to combat sports in Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, more so making these athletes more popular around the region and the world. So this is the direction that we're going. We saw the need for it. We said that, okay, we can assist in this here. It's combat sports. We have a passion for it. We see an avenue where we can take it to the next level, carried regionally and internationally, and that's why we're a part of it.
Okay, beautiful. Giovanni Potts of Unified Boxing Promotions. Of course, we take a short break right now. When we come back, these two will remain on set with us as we continue to talk this major card that's coming up September 2nd. It's a presentation of independence celebration in boxing. And of course, Kurt Sinnett is going after the WBC international title versus Joey Vegas of Uganda. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Moms may not always agree on what to save their families, but one thing they agree on is when it comes to cheddar cheese for their macaroni pies, cheese dips or sandwiches for school, nothing compares to Anchor Cheddar Cheese. Anchor Cheddar is made from the milk of New Zealand cows, is hormone-free, and has been making good Caribbean meals great for over 40 years. That's quality that has stood the test of time. With Anchor Cheddar, you've got great taste.
Professional boxing is back on Sunday, September 2nd at the Woodbrook Youth Facility. Keyshawn Walcott brought you Olympic gold. Now, come out and see Kurt Sinnett bring to the nation boxing gold as he takes on Joey Vegas out of Uganda for the WBC Light Heavyweight International title. Also fighting our very own Rhea Ramnarine, Kevin Diaz, and MMA specialist Dwayne Hine. Gates open at 3 p.m. Tickets available at all Extra Foods, High-Low Food Stores, and Kenny's Sports Center.
Back to school troubles? Let us take away your worries. Shop at Keith Can's Books Etc. in Port of Spain and San Fernando. You'll not only notice the difference in service, but the difference in your wallet. No one beats our prices. You can also email your child's book list at info@keithcansbooksetc.com or fax 657-0468 in San Fernando or 623-1201 in Port of Spain, and we'll prepare it for collection. Keith Can Books Etc. Your partner in education. Superb Caterers. The name says it all. We are TNT's #1 choice for catering of all events, serving TNT for almost 20 years. We cater events from 10 to 4,000 persons and guarantee prompt, reliable, friendly and efficient service, whatever the time, place or event. Call 653-1896. That's 653-1896. Superb Caterers. We are superb. Chiropractor, failed. Massage, failed. Physiotherapy, failed. Surgery, failed. Pills, drugs, injections, failed. We succeed where others have failed. Harmonized Diffusion conquers pain. At Pain Relief and Health Management Limited, pay no money if we can't help you. Call 622-8085 or 628-8257 today for your free preview. Thousands to test. Diffusion is the best. Seaview Opticals Grand Independence Anniversary Sale. Enjoy 50% off, 25% off all frames, including Coach, Versace, Prada, Calvin Klein, Gucci, DKNY, Oka, Dolce & Gabbana, plus 25% off all prescription lenses. We're also pleased to offer 25% off all sunglasses. Sale ends August 30th. Seaview Optical, affordable eye care for everyone. If your guests are pests, then call General Pest Control. We offer effective treatment using the latest technology against termites, rats, roaches, mosquitoes, ants, mice, pigeons, and lots more. Total eradication, guaranteed jobs, no callbacks. Get a 10% discount as an introductory offer with free estimates and inspections. Centrally located in Caroni or call 645-4871. General Pest Control. Satisfaction guaranteed. Baker Enterprises of Trin City and Abercrombie Street has a wide selection of newly designed independent supplies and party decorations. You can also find a wide range of locally inspired polos and souvenirs. Give us a visit at 79 Abercrombie Street or Trin City. Baker Enterprises Limited, the one preferred by customers.
Welcome back to the CNC3 Early Morning Show, and of course this is a Spotlight segment continuing with me, Jassy Marie. On set with me, Giovanni Potts of Unified Promotions, as well as Dwayne Hines, who's I wouldn't even say upcoming, but an aspiring MMA fighter, mixed martial arts, trying to get some shine for his sport through his own exploits, and really taking a beating in doing so. In terms of, putting his body on the line for Trinidad and Tobago and for mixed martial arts in Trinidad and Tobago. Giovanni, before the break, we were talking a bit about, what opportunities this presents for young fighters. Boxing as an avenue, a viable avenue in sport. For the last year, through a situation, an issue that you're very well aware of and very close to, where it was argued that you were being favored by the Trinidad and Tobago Boxing Board of Control and, of course, the Ministry of Sport in terms of trying to promote boxing in Trinidad and Tobago. It led to an entire fallout, which the nation is also well aware of. Since then, boxing has been struggling for its rightful place in the sporting landscape of Trinidad and Tobago. How has that affected, your operations, if at all, and where are we now in terms of being ready to resume promoting boxing?
Good question, Jesse. And the nation has suffered tremendously over the past year. because of the absence of unified promoters and the work that we've done over the years. When I took over the promotions of the company in January 2010, it's been an uphill battle. You know, I started at the top, so there's really nowhere else for me to go. You know, it's just to continue going up or go down. And through my fighting spirit, which I've learned over the years, you know, because that's how I grew up, you know, fighting for what I want. And the athletes have suffered. The nation has suffered because of that. I'm about promotions, not emotions. And the people who has created all the controversy in the boxing over the past year, as a matter of fact, and I decided to shelve it for a while, because when I got into the sport, I said clearly that I'm not about that. My image doesn't support that. I'm all for the athletes. If it is that the athletes aren't there to fight, I have no job with Unified. So what I did, I took a year off to see what would happen without unified promoters there. For Trumpet Fight Promotions, they had a couple fights. Outside of that, nothing notable has happened in boxing. And there has to be a reason. So anyone who has thrown stones at us because Boxer is my father, Boxerpot is my father, I've been chastised, I've been told by many that I don't have the right to be here promoting the sport. So you would see at a different level now that, all right, let's take this into consideration. You would see party promoters, you would see sports event promoters. A lot of young people are getting involved in that. How many young promoters are you seeing getting involved in promotion of boxing? Because of these older folks now who believe now that they should hold on to this here passionately, keep it to themselves, and not allow it to blossom. If it is that it was more attractive, younger people will get involved in it, and that's what we need. Because 20, 30 years on, I would not be here. The older ones who are in the sport would not be here. So we have to leave something for the younger ones to aspire to do, right? And we're not doing that. That's why we have to go about rebranding the sport properly and making it more attractive to everyone. So all the older ones, I don't even want to call names right now because it's gone already, you know. And instead of creating problems for the sport, start finding solutions. Because at the end of the day, I haven't suffered over the last year. The athletes have suffered. Rhea hasn't fought. Kevin Diaz, Princely Isidore, we have Kurt Sinnett, we have Kevin Placid, Floyd Trumpet. I could go on and on with names, the amateurs. And when they see all of this controversy now, they're not seeing a positive light being let on the sport. So all the naysayers and the confusion makers and the troublemakers start finding solutions and stop finding problems. Because at the end of the day, the athletes are the one who suffers.
You mentioned that you shelved operations just to, you know, take a backseat and understand what was going on in the sport. But was that at all, or did the fact that perhaps sponsors would have been reluctant, to unwilling to sponsor boxing, did that at all play any part in the fact that Unified Promotion was absent from the scene for a bit?
Yes, it has, because of the unnecessary controversy that has hovered over the sport. And it's simple as this here. Boxerpot has done for boxing in this country what no one has ever done. He's given the country so much of his time, his effort, his passion, his everything to boxing over the past 20 years. I took up the mantle from him in 2010 because he was looking for younger athletes to develop them, to create a pool, to help create a pool. If it is that he did not do that now, you'd have still seen him promoting and trying to do both jobs at once, and it was very telling on that scenario, on him actually. So I stepped in, I started promoting. He's still looking for the talent out there, and he's found so much over the past 2 years, all right? There are other people now who have just decided to say that, okay, Giovanni's a promoter, Boxer's his father, he's the advisor to the boxing board, nepotism would step in, he's going to get favored from the ministry. So that's why at this point in time now, I have not gone to the ministry for funding for this event. I've gone outside of the ministry, I've been beating the streets, working very hard to get sponsorship for this event here, to set a precedent and to show all the other promoters and all the other naysayers who said that we've heavily relied on the Ministry of Sport over the years for sponsorship for this event. So I'm not going to the ministry for any sponsorship for this event. I've been working very hard to gain that financial component to have this here, and I'm even dipping into my own pocket to help bring this event off.
Okay, that's this event, but in future events, would you see yourself willing to perhaps canvass the ministry for funding in future?
I'm trying not to go back in that direction because I believe corporate Trinidad and Tobago could come on board and assist us to help develop these athletes, because in the next 4 years, I believe that if it is that we work well with the professionals, Dwayne Hines, Kurt Sinnett, the young ones that are coming up, Prince Lizard or Kevin Diaz, we can help create a proper brand for boxing and recreate the image, because you see internationally, globally boxing is a business which is widely promoted. You have like a Floyd Mayweather, you have Sugar Shane Mosley, these fellas who are household names. We'd like to create that household name out of here and associate a popular brand and brand Trinidad and Tobago as a destination for professional and amateur boxing.
Beautiful. We have to take a short break again right now. When we come back, we continue talking with Giovanni Potts and, of course, Dwayne Hines. Kurt Sinnett is expected to join us. He's being delayed just a bit, but we're hoping to have him on set before the end of today's program. So again, stay with us. We'll be back after this short break.
Need to fix your plumbing, shower, or bathroom? Yes, we have that too. Pipes, shower fittings, toilets, the widest range of Makita, Stanley, and all other hardware supplies at competitive prices. Visit our website or come in today at 185 Union Road, Marabella. Southern Wholesale Stores Limited. More than just a hardware.
Seaview Optical's Grand Independence Anniversary Sale. Enjoy 50% off, 25% off all frames, including Coach, Versace, Prada, Calvin Klein, Gucci, DKNY, Oka, Dolce & Gabbana, plus 25% off all prescription lenses. We're also pleased to offer 25% off all sunglasses. Sale ends August 30th. Seaview Optical, affordable eye care for everyone.
This is Let's Talk Tobago. Be viewing Let's Talk Tobago every Sunday at 6:25 p.m. on CNC3. Let's Talk Tobago, keeping you abreast of Tobago's development. Join us every Sunday at 6:25 p.m. as we talk Tobago, and let's build the nation of Trinidad and Tobago together.
Tile Expression Eid Tile Sale now on. 8x12, $2.95. 16x16, $7.50. 17x17, $7.95. 12x12, $3.95. 18x18, $8.95. 24x24, $29. Also available thin-set, grout, strips, and more. Prices valid while stocks last. Visit Tile Expression Limited, Monroe Road, Cunupia, near the mosque. Phone 693-0015 or 693-1528. Relive fond memories of the Treehouse at Driftwood Restaurant and Poolside Bar, located at Tradewinds Hotel, San Fernando. Enjoy small buffet breakfast, a la carte lunch, and dinner served daily. Sunday buffet breakfast. Wednesday, 2 meats poolside barbecue with live pan. Friday night entertainment. And Saturday nights, order lobster dinner at half price. Dine outdoors, poolside, or enjoy AC dining indoors. Your wish is our command. Come and enjoy great ambience and have a good time. For reservations, call 376-0907 or 290-1305 through 8.
You are watching the longest running weekly episodic television show in history. This is Monday Night Raw Super Show. This should be a fun night tonight. It is electric. Oh, look out. No!
All the WWE superstars on CNC3 television.
The era of awesomeness has begun.
Don't miss all the action on Monday Night Raw, live on CNC3 television at 8 p.m.
Welcome back to the CNC3 Early Morning Show, and we're just into our final segment of the spotlight aspect of things this morning. We're talking a bit of boxing, Giovanni Potts and Dwayne Hines on set. Just before the break, we were talking about last year's boxing controversy, of which Giovanni was at the heart, I would say, and Unified Promotions promoters specifically, and how that has affected boxing. Giovanni noting that there has not been a notable event or fight since then, and he's trying to do so now with this celebration of Independence Boxing 5.0. Kurt Sennett versus Joey Vegas of Uganda, and that takes place on September 2nd. That's next Sunday at the Woodbrook Youth Facility. It's interesting to me in particular, how has that controversy affected a sport like mixed martial arts and combat sports overall, of which Dwayne Hines is a major stakeholder as an athlete himself, especially with combat sports now emerging on the scene in Trinidad and Tobago. What sort of blows, no pun intended, has combat sport taken out of this?
Well, boxing is a major part of our training, right? We use our hands a lot. We do kickboxing, so we cross-train in boxing a lot. It's a hobby for me. I do boxing. I was in national tournament this year, won in novice division, and it was hard, you know. It's hard, but like being an athlete, we can't get distracted. I can't let that stop me or slow me down. Let the politicians handle politics, and I'm a fighter. I handle the fighting aspect of it. So even though I saw it suffer and I saw it going down, luckily Jason Fraser, he formed the National Combat Sports Association, and through him we were able to get some fights and outlets in Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, mostly ground fighting elements. But the boxing element definitely did suffer for a while, and good thing Giovanni's coming back and trying to bring it back up again.
Okay, Giovanni, the saving grace of boxing, some might say. We don't have to get a relationship, as our football philosophies differ quite a bit. Giovanni, just before we wrap up today's program, just tell us a bit, what does this fight mean to Trinidad and Tobago, particularly in this year of our 50th anniversary? And just at the end of that, give us again some of the finer details in terms of tickets and whatnot that Trinidad and Tobago will no doubt be interested in.
Well, to Trinidad, this is international glory. The WBC Light Heavyweight International title, a stepping stone for the WBC Light Heavyweight World title. It's international gain for Trinidad and Tobago. We're looking to see if we can be a destination for a huge world title fight. One day, who knows, you may see a Manny Pacquiao visiting the shores of Trinidad and Tobago, or Floyd Mayweather. You never know, but this could be born out of that, right? September 2nd, Woodbrook Youth Facility. Tickets are on sale at selected high-lows, all extra food outlets, Kenny Sports Stores, all stores. General admission, $100. Ringside, $200. VIP ringside, $250. A small spend to come and see a world title fight. And also on show, Dwayne Hines, mixed martial arts specialist, Kevin Diaz, Rhea Ramrine, Prince Leazador, and most importantly, outside of Kurt Sennett, 2016 Olympic hopefuls. You know, the future of the sport. This is where we're going, and this is what you're going to see on display that night.
Beautiful. Dwayne, just to give yourself one final plug, What would you say to Trinidad and Tobago if they're skeptical, as a lot of us are, about mixed martial arts and about combat sport? What can they expect to see if they journey down to the Woodbrook Youth Facility next Sunday?
It's going to be filled with a lot of action, a lot of excitement. You know what I mean? Good thing about mixed martial arts is it's watching a fight with rules, right? And who doesn't like to see a fight? I mean, so you're guaranteed to see a lot of action, a lot of excitement, a lot of fun. I mean, especially if you're a combat sports fan. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than this in Trinidad.
Beautiful. Giovanni, just one more time, Kurt Sinnott, just underscore that the importance of this fight to him, as you mentioned, in the twilight of his professional boxing career. You know, what the significance of next weekend's fight?
To leave the sport on top. That's it. You know, any fighter who goes through the motions of their fighting career would love to end their sport on a winning note and at the top of their game. And this is what Kurt Sinnott is being prepared for right now. I have no doubt he'll be successful on this fight here, and also he's going to take his career to the next level and bring home to Trinidad and Tobago the WBC World Light Heavyweight champ title. Beautiful.
Come out, see Dwayne Hines, MMA champion of Trinidad and Tobago and the West Indies. Come out, see Kurt Sinnott, who is going after the WBC international title versus Joey Vegas of Uganda. Come out and see Rhea Ramnarine, who will be back in the ring after a very long stint out of it. She has not fought in more than a year and a half, somewhere around there. Again, just for some finer detail, $250 VIP ringside, of course, $200 for ringside seats, and $100 general admission. Some numbers to call if you want any other information, 868-721-1193. That's again 721-1193, as well as 393-4332, 393-4332, and that's general contact information if you want to contact Giovanni or any other of the organizing committee members about next weekend's activities. Giovanni and Dwayne, just I would like to thank you guys for all you've been doing for boxing and sport and combat sport in particular, and thank you for coming out this morning. If I may just before we wrap, ask Giovanni to stick one more bit of information in for us, and that is any other plans by Unified Promotions for fights or events before the end of the year.
Definitely so. We would look to probably have 2 more events before the end of the year, capping off the year. Hopefully on Boxing Day in commemoration of our late, great Giselle Salandi, who's brought great visibility and awareness to Trinidad and Tobago and popularity to the sport, probably on Boxing Day. We're still in the planning stages. I would also like to have an event hosted on October, showcasing a lot of the amateur athletes, you know, so you have a lot more to see from Unified Promoters before the end of the year.
Beautiful. There you have it. That's the end of our program this morning. On behalf of all our staff here and Hema Ramkisoon, thank you very much, and do have an enjoyable weekend.